What, if anything, gives life real meaning? Before answering that question, let's look at a few sobering facts. A 2022 article, Generation Z and the Future of Faith in America, reveals 18% of Gen Z affirmatively identify as either atheist, 9%, or agnostic, 9%. In contrast, fewer than 1 in 10, 9%, of baby boomers and 4% of the silent generation identifies as atheist or agnostic. This lack of belief is not without consequences. A 2020 study, Diseases of Despair Have Soared Over Past Decade in U.S., reveals that suicidal thoughts and behaviors among the under 18-year-olds rocketing by 287% between 2009 and 2018, and by 210% among 18-34-year-olds. While some try to attribute the dramatic increase in diseases of despair among America's youth to purely economic and educational factors and such as that, I hold that this dramatic increase in diseases of despair among the younger generations is driven primarily by Gen Z's loss of faith. You see, atheistic naturalism, as a primary presupposition, holds that life lacks any real meaning and purpose. Duke professor Alex Rosenberg, in his book The Atheist's Guide to Reality, claims that the self is just another illusion, like the illusion that thought is about stuff, or the illusion that we carry around plans and purposes that give meaning to what our body does. Likewise, Professor John Gray stated, human life has no more meaning than that of slime mold. As well, the late atheist Stephen Hawking echoed similar sentiments, stating that the human race is just chemical scum on a moderately sized planet. Yet, there's a stark contradiction between this nihilistic belief and the way we actually live our lives. No one, not even the most devout atheists, can truly navigate life as if it were completely devoid of all meaning and purpose. Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor in 1946, shortly after his release from a concentration camp, stated, "Life is never made unbearable by circumstances, but only by lack of meaning and purpose." Moreover, as Professor Andrew Sims, former president of the Royal College of Psychiatrists, stated in his book, Is Faith Delusion? I maintain that whatever else faith may be, it cannot be a delusion. The advantageous effect of religious belief and spirituality on mental and physical health is one of the best-kept secrets in psychiatry and medicine generally. In the majority of studies, religious involvement is correlated with well-being, happiness and life satisfaction, hope and optimism, purpose and meaning in life. And although there are many lines of scientific evidence which can be cited that overturns the atheist's nihilistic belief that life has no real meaning, I will concentrate on just one line of evidence in particular. Namely, that life and the universe are both now found to be information theoretic in their foundational basis. Vlatko Vedral, a professor of physics at Oxford University, states that the most fundamental definition of reality is not matter or energy, but information. And it is the processing of information that lies at the root of all physical, biological, economic, and social phenomena. But here's the catch. Information is inherently about a conscious, immaterial, mind-assigning and understanding meaning. As the 2023 study, A Concise Account of Information as Meaning Ascribed to Symbols and Its Association with Conscious Mind, states, information is meaning represented by physical symbols, such as sights, sounds, and words. Knowledge is meaning that resides in a conscious mind. The basic building blocks of information are symbols and meaning, which cannot be reduced to one another. We cannot transmit meaning from one mind to another without a common protocol or convention. In short, it always takes an immaterial mind to assign and understand the meaning behind information. Thus, finding information to be fundamental to life, and even fundamental to the universe as a whole, is equivalent to finding that there must be real meaning behind life and the universe. A real meaning for life and the universe that has been assigned a conscious immaterial mind, an immaterial mind which has traditionally held to be God. In conclusion, while atheistic naturalism posits that life and the universe lacks any real meaning or purpose, this nihilistic perspective has had fairly dramatic negative consequences for young people who adhere to it, As well, this perspective contradicts our everyday experiences and the way we actually navigate our lives. In other words, everyone, even atheists, live their everyday lives as if their lives on some level have some real meaning and purpose behind them. Moreover, the fundamental role that information is now found to play in life and in the universe as a whole offers fairly compelling scientific evidence that a conscious, immaterial mind, namely God, must have created this universe and life in this universe with specific meanings and purposes behind them. As John 1 verses 1 through 4 stated a few thousand years ago, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was with God in the beginning. Through him all things were made. Without him nothing was made that has been made. In him was life, and that life was the light of all mankind." Therefore, from the way we actually live our lives, to the scientific finding that life and the universe are information theoretic in their foundational basis, to the necessity of an immaterial mind to assign and understand the meaning behind information, to the prediction found at the beginning of John's Gospel, holding that life and the universe are information theoretic in their foundational basis, it seems more than reasonable to conclude that our lives do indeed have real meanings and purposes behind them. Hopefully, this realization that their lives must have some real meaning and purpose behind them brings a sense of relief to Generation Z, a generation who seems to be especially prone to the diseases of despair that are inherent in the nihilism of atheism.